Good afternoon all, it's Papa Bear. It is Sunday, March the 22nd. And today I'm going to do a couple of VRs. But first, today I have my Radici Rhine, shape number 55. Beautiful rustication. There's the Radici 2 dots and the stem. 9mm filter. And today I am smoking some Solani Age Burley Flick. Really nice tobacco. It's burley base with cocoa, chocolate, and licorice. Well, first, VR will be to Ed, Armchair Piper. He's doing his 6th anniversary presenting here on YouTube. 6 years. Ed, that is tremendous, and congratulations on your 6 years. And for your VR, for the VR for you, first of all, I'm in. And I did a giveaway last month for my 850 subs. And I was a firefighter in my hometown. We had a 300-man fire department, had 18 engine companies, 5 ladder trucks, 2 rescue units, and 5 district chiefs, not counting the assistant chief and the chief. And Ed, I was a Boy Scout. And I've got the merit badges to prove it. And one of my first merit badges was stamp collecting. And so I thought about this a little bit. The merit badge that I would create would be stamp collecting stamps that had tobacco themes. Either someone was smoking a pipe, or a picture of a pipe, or a tobacco field, or something like that. But there's a lot of stamps out there with that kind of theme behind it. And here's an example. So that would be my merit badge. Well, Ed, congratulations again, and look forward to seeing who the winner is going to be. Or winners, actually 4 winners. Well, this next VR is for Alex, Cigar Vice. And I met Alex at the Milltown Pipe Show, just briefly. He wasn't able to stay long. The weather was coming in and they had to get back home. But I did get to meet him, and it was a pleasure, Alex. And Alex had an interesting question for his giveaway. And I got to get this done because the deadline is at 5 p.m. this afternoon. And he asked, what got you into pipe smoking? Well, everybody's heard my story about how I went to Iron Reeves in Chicago in 2006, but that really wasn't the beginning. In the 70s, I shot archery. And I was pretty good at it. The man that owned the archery center in the hometown where I was a firefighter, and on my off days I was at his place shooting my bow a lot, he smoked a pipe all the time. He always had a pipe in his mouth. He was working or whatever, he had a pipe in his mouth. You could hear that Zippo click, I don't know, just continuously, it seemed like. Well, the guy that owned the archery center used to work for Ben Pearson Archery back in the day. And he was the general manager or product manager for the Ben Pearson Sovereign line of bows. And one of the famous ones that they made was the Ben Pearson Mercury. It was a target bow, recurve. And what set it apart is that it had capsules of mercury at both ends of the bow riser. And the theory was that when you shot the arrow, the mercury would absorb some of the shock of the string being released against the bow. And they sold a lot of bows. Well, when he retired, he opened up an archery shop there in my hometown. Like I said, he smoked a pipe all the time. Matter of fact, he had monthly deliveries of his tobacco that he had blended for himself, and that's all he smoked. And I haven't done any research, but based upon his travels and going everywhere, I would be a bit surprised if he stopped in at L.J. Peretti one day and put together a pipe tobacco that he liked, and that's where he got his tobacco every month. And I may have to research that and see if they can find his name. And he even had some pipes, I would call them basket pipes, in his showcase for sale. And I always talked to him about his tobacco, and it smelled real good. And he said, "Let me give you one." So he gave me a pipe, and let me try some of his tobacco. And I don't remember what the experience was, but it probably wasn't a very good one. But that was the actual first pipe I ever smoked. And I carried it on to college. And I remember the first pipe tobacco I ever bought was Borgen Riff bourbon. It had Kentucky bourbon infused in it as a topping casing on that. It was Virginia and Cavendish. And that was the first tobacco I ever bought. But really my pipe smoking journey started in 2006 when I attended a trade show for my company up at the McCormick Center in Chicago. And my last day there, my wife and I, she was able to go, I paid her way. We stopped in at Irene's and I bought that first Calabrese pipe. 2 ounces of Lane 1Q, and burnt my mouth. Had that same 2 ounces for, 10 years or more. And kept trying it and it just wouldn't work. And then in 2022, I got on the internet and I was looking around, and that's when I discovered filtered pipes. And I bought my first filtered pipe. It was a Roma Lucite model 677. They didn't have a 673. I didn't even know the significance of the 673 then. But I bought a 677 Roma Lucite from Eddie Gray, the Pipe Nook. And the rest is history. I've been smoking a pipe ever since, mainly because of the filters. But now I've discovered some tobaccos that I can smoke without a filter. And that has really enhanced my tobacco smoking pleasure. So, Alex, hope that answers your question as to how I got into pipe smoking and why I'm still smoking a pipe today. So, until next time, we'll talk to you later. Bye.